Hello and welcome back. This is the version 9.2 audio expansion board for the crazy electronics project that I have to interface a Commodore 64 with vastly improved graphics and audio capability. I've finished populating this board now with all of the ICs that were hard to source. Now this chip shortage, this component shortage that we have at the moment is really causing a lot of pain and suffering, so that what I did was that I exported the Gerber files, the BOM, and obviously the pick and place file from my Proteus design tool, and I uploaded all of these files straight away into PCBWay's website, which is very easy to use, and I'm very impressed with the speed and accuracy of PCBWay's review process, because they quickly identified that they would have problems sourcing some of these ICs that you can see in the raised precision sockets. So I said, rather than me trying to order the components and then getting them delivered to PCBWay's factory and maybe all of the risk and delays that might incur, I just asked PCBWay to solder replacement precision sockets, and I would populate with the components that I actually have to hand here. So that's what they did. But basically I'm really very impressed with the quality of the soldering that PCBWay supplied. So you can see here that the soldering is extremely neat. I checked this electrically, and there are no shorts in places where there shouldn't be shorts. The ground and plus 5 volts are completely separate. There's no continuity issues. You can see that I've also visually inspected this under magnification for any solder bridges or anything like that, and I can't find anything wrong with this. The board's been cleaned nicely. It's all put together very neatly indeed. I could not have done a better job myself. I'm extremely pleased. So PCBWay took the BOM, they identified this, so they delivered the board almost completely completed, but with the exception of these chips. When it arrived, I populated them. Now I'm ready to test this board, and let's see what we get. I've already configured the dip switch here for the extended memory bank that will be used for the sample memory, which is contained within this RAM bank here with the associated RAM logic here. So the video board has a little flywire which comes in and then plugs in here, and the flywire goes back to a whole range of register areas that can be used to map the registers that are going to be used for the voice control registers that are mostly located within this area here. I also populated the common volume EEPROM, which is a common volume calculation which takes the current sample and then multiplies it by an 8-bit volume value for each of the voices, and also the digital stereo voice data combination EEPROMs. These take 2 final channels as an 8-bit sample. It combines them in such a way as to avoid overflow or underflow of the sample, and it normalizes the sample and everything like that. And there are 2 of them because there are 2 stereo channels. I forget which one's left and right. I think this one's left and that one's right. I did not have these populated because I've got the headphone socket here that I'm going to use instead, and this is a stereo headphone socket. So I'm now ready to test this board. I'm going to transfer it over now to the large backplane, and we'll see what we get. But the build quality is excellent. I really cannot have hoped for anything better from PCBWay. They are really fantastic at producing working boards first time. If there's any problem, it's probably down to my mistake in the schematic, because I'm an amateur at this. Thank you very much for watching these crazy videos. If you like my crazy electronic projects to do with Commodore 64 retro computing, then please do like, subscribe, or add a message to the video somewhere in the comments section.